Tune in to About contains discussions of plot points, character arcs, twists, endings, and other details from the television shows being reviewed. If you haven't watched the featured content and want to avoid spoilers, we recommend watching it first before continuing. You've been warned. Now tune in and don't say we didn't tell you.
Welcome back. We're doing the second part of Goblin. I'm so excited. Welcome back, everyone. Very excited. Yes. Just to start off, we are going to be talking about Goblin. There's going to be a lot of spoilers. If you haven't started watching it from the first episode me and Nicole did, I don't know what to tell you. There's a lot of spoilers. We're going to ruin everything for you. So.
And it's a lot to catch up on. You need to watch the first episode,
Yeah, it's a lot. So we're back, and now we're going to be recapping episodes 8 through 16, which is, we're in the thick of it now. So we'll start with episode 8. Let's see. Well, actually, let's do where we left off. So where we left off, go ahead, Nicole.
Quick recap. No, you go ahead. I was going to say we definitely need a quick recap for sure.
Yeah, so we've learned now the story about the Goblin and his fate. Eun-tak, we're learning about her fate. We ended episode 7. This is where we're about to be in. Eun-tak is about to pull the sword. She's about to pull the sword out. Yes. Really pull the sword out this time. And we've gone over her life, that she can see ghosts. We've learned about all the characters, the Goblin, the Grim Reaper, Sunny, S-U-N-N-Y, Eun-tak, Dakwa, the main characters. So we've really built on the arc of his story, her story, and now all the fates are starting to come. They're going to combine now.
Yes.
So episode 8, the actual title in English is You Gave Her That Fate. And this is where Eun-tak is going to start pulling the sword out of the Goblin. She can get her hands on it. She can feel it. And she's pulling. And what happens?
The stress that I have. She can't touch it. She can't touch the sword. She's like all ready and she goes and she touches it and she thinks she's not going to be able to touch it, but then she starts pulling it out. And of course, the Goblin's freaked out because the last time she couldn't touch it. And they're just like out randomly on the street, I think, too. When this happens, I think they're just like taking a walk. Yep. And she's like, oh, I could see the sword. And she just goes and she starts pulling out. And he, like, pushes her across, like, a fucking parking lot, causes this huge accident. All these cars are ruined, almost kills her.
Yeah.
And I think it was, like, right after this accident was when the, like, Reaper told her what was actually going to happen if she pulled the sword out. I think that that's actually when it happened, because she was like really sick and really fucked up for like a couple of days. She like wakes up in the hospital.
Yeah.
And she didn't really realize like what happened. The Goblin obviously feels horrible. He almost killed her. The Grim Reaper and Dakwa are having to do triage for all the people whose cars are, you know,
which is hilarious.
No, he's just like, Uncle down the hall, I need your help, please. And he's just mesmerizing people like nothing happened tonight. Like, thanks, bye. Just a huge line. And it was literally
what's the value of your car? Here's your money.
Here's your money. Just handing out banknotes to everybody.
Yeah. So he pulls so she tries to pull the sword out. He stops her because he's like, oh shit, I want to live and I'm about to die. Stops her. And this is really the time where he's trying to recover. And the Grim Reaper starts to have a lot of realizations like, oh shit, I actually have feelings for these people. I don't want that sword to get pulled out. I don't want her to pull it out. So now I have to tell her what this really means.
Yeah.
And it really does start to evolve. Actually, it goes into episode 9 where she does have that conversation with the Grim Reaper, and he's like, you got to live for yourself because this is what's going to happen when you pull the sword out. He's not going to get pretty. He's going to go away forever.
Yeah, and she's heartbroken.
Devastates her.
Heartbroken because she at this point, it's even though that they play a lot with each other and they tease each other a lot, it's quite apparent that he loves her and
Yes.
she's told him that she's loved him. He's never said it to her, but like
Right.
obviously he has these very
He loves
deep
her.
feelings for her. Yeah. And so she doesn't want him to die, let alone be the one to kill him.
Yeah.
And so she like scampers off and like goes away for a while. Everybody's like looking for her. And in one of the last episodes, either like 8 or 9, we really start learning that Eun-tak's life is on like a ticking clock. Goblin is visited by one of the gods, the really pretty, the lady, the little grandma also, who like has a little stall on the street. Is like, listen, like the only reason she was born is to pull the sword out and to bring you back to nothing. Which is, I think, what they said, to bring you back to nothing. And so he kind of knows that, well, shit, like I have to let this happen, or I'm basically going to be killing like this woman that I love so much.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking.
And at this point, he really is like, he doesn't know what to do. And when she goes away for a while and they finally find her, he's like following her around at the ski resort that she's working at for days. They're like barely talking. And then they stop one day and she's like, what are you doing here? What do you want from me? Like, I know you lied to me, yada, yada, yada. And this is the first real time, I think, where we see how vulnerable the Goblin is, because she straight up tells her, he's like, I'm scared. He's like, I'm scared to die. Like, even though he's been alive for, 937 years, he still doesn't want to return to nothingness. No one wants to not exist anymore, right?
Of course. And now he has a reason to exist.
Because he loves her.
He loves her very much. Yeah, it's heartbreaking watching him at the ski resort, because he really is just like a little puppy. He's just
following her around. No.
And she says, go away or I will pull that sword out of you. You fucked up.
She's like,
you're gonna live with
now.
this. Yeah, you fucked up. So she's at that ski resort. She's really, Eun-tak is a great student and a great worker. She's a hard worker. She's going to provide for herself. So I respect that. But of course, as her fate dictates, these cards are coming in, miscellaneous omitted person, Grim Reaper's getting them, and he gets one for her while she's at the ski resort, and they're freaking out. They're trying to find her. All the magic in the world, and they can't find this girl. And then Goblin,
think that she passes out, right?
She does, yeah. She passes.
She doesn't know what happened, so I don't think she had a minute to feel fear, to notify him. So he literally doesn't know where she is, just fucking literally running around the ski resort looking.
And it's a huge resort. Let's just say this is like on a mountain, a huge resort. There's many entrances. There's a mall inside of it, so he's going around looking. Actually, what happens is, she backs up into something, or the thing starts to shake. So
the way they show is she's like sitting in the room where all like the snowboards and the gear is,
the boots are,
and you see like snow dripping down, and I don't know how that dictates a whole friggin' shelving unit full, but they like domino down on one another, and she's just like sitting at, and it like just hits the shit out of her, and she like falls to the ground. She like comes to consciousness for a quick second. And she like calls to the Goblin, and thankfully he's able to find her. He like, whooshes in, saves her, brings her to the hospital, and thankfully she didn't die this time.
Yes. Yeah. That was a close call though, because she went to the hospital. She woke up like a day later. She was out for a little bit.
Yeah,
she was out for a while. Yeah, she was out for a while. So he goes to get her, he gets her care, and now he's like, You're coming back. You're not leaving. You're with me now. That's it. He makes it pretty clear.
He's so happy when they get back to the house, just grinning from it, just holding her things, just like, I got her back.
Yes, he's with the little buckwheat. No, he's very proud of himself.
Happy. He's so happy.
And Grim Reaper too. They're all very happy to see Eun-tak. She's now become a part of their home and their family. This dysfunctional, destined to be family. And I love those moments too when she comes back and the conversations that they start to have. So that episode 9, that's really what that's about. Just the Grim Reaper receiving her death card, her almost dying, and then getting saved by the Goblin.
These last 2 episodes, it's a lot of really, like I said, highlighting that the goblin needs to die in order
Yes.
for Eun-tak to have any sort of chance of really living her life out. You know, I mean,
Right.
at this point, he's altered destiny, fate, whatever you want to call it, so many times because he
Yes.
saved her. And the god, you know, the lady warns him, like, you can only do it so many times. There's going to be
Right.
a time where you can't. And it's
Yeah.
going to get more violent and more
Yes.
crazy the longer that this goes on.
Yeah, and it does. It does. You
No,
know,
it
it does.
does.
We'll get there because it
Mhm.
does. It gets crazy. Oof.
I can't.
It's very
No.
stressful, guys. It's very, very stressful.
No, on the edge of my seat. Just what is happening?
No, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So then we start to, on the other side of things, there's a whole nother story developing here where the Grim Reaper touches hands. Well, so now let's talk about their relationship. Sunny's pissed. She's frustrated. Why is this man not calling me? I'm obsessed with him. Why is he not equally obsessed with me? This is really fucking with her mental. And Grim Reaper, as he is, he can't do anything other than what he's told. So he has to wait for her to come to him to say, come to me. So this story's building. There's a moment where the Grim Reaper and Sunny are outside of her chicken shop.
They're like
and
all having dinner, like
They're having dinner.
Goblin,
Yep.
Sunny, and the Reaper. Yeah, they're all
Yes,
there.
they're all having dinner. And they go outside and she's telling him how frustrated he is with how he's acting. And he
So
tries to
pissed.
walk away and Sunny grabs his hand. And now when a Grim Reaper touches hands with somebody, they can see their whole past life, that thing. So he sees glimpses of Sunny in this pre era,
Yep.
really long time ago. He sees that she's, you know, this woman is a princess. She's
He
dressed
sees her in
really
like
nice.
the palanquin, like
Yeah,
they're like carrying
exactly.
her along.
Sees
and
the
like,
whole temple, everything. So now he's starting to think, oh, there's a connection with me and her. There's a connection with her and Goblin. There's
because he
some
still
things
doesn't
here.
know who she is, really.
He doesn't know who she is.
He just knows
but-
she's like this. Well, princess, whatever. He doesn't know
Yes.
exactly, but he knows she's like a royal figure.
Yes.
Way back when. He doesn't see like the goblin's face or anything like that in this vision, so he doesn't know for sure. He just sees this beautiful woman who is the exact same lady that's
in the picture.
So he
Yes.
has an inclination. So
Yes.
he's like, but this is her face.
This is his connection with that.
Yeah.
It's very intense. And of course he freaks out. He's really thinking about this now. Now this is investigation mode for Grim Reaper. He's going hard right now to find out who this woman in this picture is. Why did I cry when I saw that scroll? Why was that scroll in Goblin's room? And why was this woman the same woman from the scroll? So Kim Shin, Goblin goes to Kim Shin, I'm sorry, Grim Reaper goes to Kim Shin Goblin, and he's telling the story of Kim Shin, his past story, what happened during the Gloria era.
I love this episode so much.
I have the chills. One of the best episodes in the whole series.
I love it because, like, you already know, obviously, what's going to happen, but we really don't see at all what happens with, you know, his sister, which Kim's son, who's Sunny now in the present life. You never really see what happens. All you see is that she gets murdered by the king. And I love that we get this whole episode is basically a flashback.
It's a flashback,
of basically. So we learn that there was obviously a king who was there, and he was not old, but he was sickly, and Goblin was the general while he was the king, and he basically says, listen, like, I need you to, you know, start going out, fighting these wars, doing all this stuff, and they make the arrangement where, you know, the Goblin's younger sister is going to come to the castle because he has a younger brother, and so they want to, you know, eventually arrange a marriage. And so we see this scene of, it's one of my favorite scenes because you see Goblin walking next to this palanquin, and you see his little sister, and they tease the shit out of each other. Like, he calls her ugly. He calls her ugly, and she's like, of course, going to the castle to meet the king. She's like, well, what? She's like, well, what does he know about me? Like, is
he handsome?
Is he handsome? Like, what about him? And so he's teasing her, and you really get to see, you know, what happens. And In this time, the original king who we meet, who made that agreement with the Goblin, he dies.
Yeah.
And so there's a very young child who's now stepped into kinghood. I don't know exactly how old he is. They don't say, but he's a little
maybe.
boy.
Young.
So
he's when he starts, he's very young. Yeah, he's like 5.
young, very young.
Very
and
young.
so he's at the castle. Obviously, he's learning how to be a king. He's, the advisor's advising him on what it is you need to do. And he kind of sees, Goblin's little sister just kind of out and about one day, and they lock eyes, and she doesn't know he's the king. He obviously knows who she is, and she's just like, oh, wow. He's pretty. Like, you could tell. She looks at him. She's like, she's like training. She's got these little cups on her shoulders and they fall down. And she's like, oops.
Training.
Yeah. And that's really the first time that they see each other. But like I said, she doesn't know that it's him.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And this young king, his name is Wang Yeo. The advisor is Park Jung-un, and he has been at this castle. You could tell he's been there for a while, for a couple generations. Mm-hmm. But the odd thing is that all the kings that have passed very young. They're all very young, too young to die, I feel like, in that position.
And all very sickly.
All very sickly. Yeah, there's something going on there. So that's an important part, and we'll talk about later. But yeah, Park Jung-un is advising him. Mm-hmm. And during this time, Park Jung-un is telling Wang Yeo's getting older. He's telling him...
They're like teenagers now,
They're like teenagers now, yeah, like 16, 17. Park Jung-un is telling Wang Yeo, I don't like this. I don't like that she's taking all your attention. I don't like that her brother's out there winning battles. The street is bowing to him. Who's the king here? And he really seeps into Wang Yeo's brain. I mean,
he's
Wang
young.
Yeo is
He's impressionable.
So impressionable. Yeah. And he is so forceful on himself. Very intimidating to Wang Yeo, very manipulative to him, that Wang Yeo starts saying, yeah, I'm the king. You're right. Why is this guy out here not dying on the battlefield like I'm telling him to? And why is his sister defending him?
And he really starts being horrible to her.
Horrible.
It's so heartbreaking because the first scene where she actually meets him and knows that he's the king is so beautiful. She runs out because they're gonna meet each other, and she wanted to run out to meet him at the same time. She didn't want him to come to her, and she falls and he catches her, and you could see that they just look at each other, and she's like, oh, it's you. And there's obviously an inclination that, okay, well, they're both very attracted to each other, this is gonna go well. And then days go on, and he kind of is a dick to her. He's not really very nice to her. The king, he's kind of always giving her attitude, and not really even acknowledging her for the most part. They show her for days just kind of following him about his activities in the castle, and he doesn't even pay attention to her. He doesn't say anything to her. He doesn't acknowledge her. She tells her little handmaiden, she's like, he doesn't even acknowledge that I'm here. What do I do? And it kind of just degrades from there.
It does, very much so. Yeah, it becomes pretty volatile. Kim Shin, Goblin, eventually comes back from war again. The streets bowing to him, our savior. He is their savior. The king is the king, but he's the savior.
Winning
and the town
wars.
Acknowledges that. Yeah. And it's all his people. They're all backing Kim Shin. So he comes back and he goes to the king, and the king is telling him, put your sword down. You're done. You're going to go out there and you're going to die, or all your people are going to die. And it's such a heartbreaking episode, but so necessary to see. And there's little tidbits that I'd like to talk about in this episode too.
There's so much information.
There's a scene where Park Jung-un, so it's important to note there's this concoction that they give the king and the queen, or the almost queen.
Tonics.
They call them tonics. And there is a scene where the little maid is giving the tonic to Sunny, and he's like, no, you never give that to her. He smacks it.
He's like, you never drink anything that's brought to you. You never do that. So
he kind of knows, I think, what happened to his descendants, or there's something with this tonic that's maybe not good.
Yeah.
Not really making people right.
Yeah.
So that part really gave me hope when I first saw this, because I was like, he's not going to let anything bad happen because he knows what's going on. But the manipulation and evilness in Park Jung-un is so deep.
It ran so deep.
It's so deep.
I don't know really. And it's not that there's very many unanswered questions here. And it's like there's obvious reasons as to why he did this. But like,
Right.
there's never an actual in the coffin, like nail in the coffin reason, as you know, your father betrayed me. Like,
Yeah.
there's never a real actual
Jealousy.
reason as to why he kills basically Wang Yeo's father, Wang Yeo's older
Right.
brother. And now he's sitting here. He thinks Goblin is vying for his title for king or something.
Right.
He's got the Goblin sister here who he's supposed to marry. And he's just mentally is like losing it. He's deteriorating.
Right. Yeah, he's definitely, he's gone off the deep end. My thought process watching this, all the times I've watched it, is jealousy, power. Once they started to get older and started to realize, oh, you're doing this, it's like you want him gone because now I can't manipulate you anymore. It's what I think is what it is. And he had someone so young in Wang Yeo that I think he just thought
He was a
he could
baby.
ride the coattails the whole time.
Yeah.
And be running everything.
Yeah.
So that this is happening. Shit has hit the fan. At this point, Kim Shin is like, no, I'm gonna go out there and fight, and I'm gonna come back. And that's what it is. This is what you told me to do. We're not switching paths now.
There's a conversation that they have where Wang Yeo, he tells Kim Shin, he said, listen, go out there, fake your death basically. Send me a letter saying I died valiantly in battle and then
I got you.
never come back and everything will be fine.
Yeah.
And he doesn't,
No.
He goes, he fights this battle. I think ultimately, I think it's to save his sister. I think he's very scared for the position because he's been with the previous kings. He knows. He knows the bullshittery that's happening. And I think really the only thing that drives him back there is Kim's son, his sister. I think he wants to save her more than anything.
Absolutely. And his people. He loves his village of people.
Well,
These are
there. That's where they lived. Like
That's
it's not
it. That's
like
their home.
They grew up across the country and the townsfolk didn't know who they were. Like they knew who they were,
Yeah. So it gets pretty bad. He has that conversation. He goes out again. He comes back again. And at this point, Sunny knows, pre-Sunny, she knows he's coming back. She's dressed in all her garments, her beautiful regale, and Wang Yeo says, you are ready for a funeral and you win either way. Whether I die or your brother dies, you get to stay here.
Them. It's her brother
she loves both of
and
them.
the man she's in love with.
And he
she
can't
says
handle that.
To him.
Yeah.
She's like the woman who loves the king is also the sister of a traitor. Because that's what they call him at this point. He's the traitor.
Oh, yeah.
The traitor.
Yeah,
Kim Shin.
They look at him as treacherous at this point. Yeah,
and it's a horrible argument that they have. Like, I guess it's the morning of when, like, I guess they hear of Kim Shin's return, and he, like, the
ring.
Wang Yeo tells the maiden to bring her jewelry box. He fucking throws it on the floor. He grabs the wedding ring and just forces it on her finger. Like, she's crying. She doesn't know. She's like, I'm not the enemy. My brother's not the enemy. She's like, oh, what the heck? What the heck is his name? The guy can't. It's slipping my mind right now. The advisor, the bad guy.
Park Jung-un.
She's like, Jung-un is the enemy. I'm not the enemy. And she tells him, and I don't know.
She speaks up.
I don't know if it's because he's scared to go against of what he knows, or if he's scared of what'll happen if he goes against him. But he's like, no, he's not the enemy. And then obviously we know what happens. There's the massacre.
Yeah.
And all of this is a flashback. Like the Grim Reaper, and Goblin is telling the Grim Reaper his past for the first time. Yeah. And so it kind of flips back into the present. And once again, the Grim Reaper is trying to figure out what to do with Sunny's vision. And he kind of, I don't remember exactly what he says, but he kind of hints to the Goblin that, like, I think Sunny is the reincarnation of your sister. and they kind of almost finish a line. He like mentions that she's riding in a palanquin and she's talking to someone, and
My ugly.
yeah, he mentions exactly what he says, and at that moment, the goblin like knows.
Shocked.
He's like, "Oh my
Yeah, he
God,
knows.
this is my sister."
Yeah.
One of my
No.
favorite scenes is immediately after he finds out.
Oh my God.
And the
My
Grim
favorite.
Reaper is literally holding him back because he's just kicking in the door to the chicken shop like,
Sonny.
"My sister."
Bringing her garments.
He doesn't know.
Persimmons.
No, and he is just wanting to hug her, and the Grim Reaper's literally holding him back, and he's like, "My sister."
And Sonny's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Get out of my chicken shop. Buy chicken or leave.
"Get your boy. Get your man.
Come get your man."
Can you put him on a leash because I'm scared at that
No, he's so excited to know and just have her remember something, anything is
He's bringing
one
her
of the
all
best
her
scenes.
favorite things. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like blue and red. She's like, I hate blue and red.
No,
Persimmons, I can't stand persimmons. And he's like, this is ridiculous. You know, he kind of backs off a little bit. He's like, she'll get there. We'll get her there.
Yeah.
And something that we missed too to speak about, the ring that he forced on her finger is the actual ring that brought them together. That's the ring that was on the merchant's table, the god when she's in her old form. And that's why there's such a strong connection with both of them. They're both like, no, this is my ring. He's like, I need to investigate. She's like, I need to wear it. It's crazy.
And I do want to say, because it's hard to kind of talk about it without giving things away.
It's hard.
At this point, the Reaper does not know who he is. Like, he does not know who he is.
Nope.
He doesn't know anything about his past. We've kind of given it away a little bit.
Right. But he feels that somehow he's connected in some way. Not yet.
We don't know who he is. He doesn't know who he is,
Yeah.
obviously, at this point. And so he's just really trying to find out, like, okay, well, so now this is the Goblin. This is the Goblin's sister. How many other people are really involved in the story? And he kind of starts having an existential crisis where he doesn't know kind of, you know, what to do because yet again, he's received all this information, but he doesn't know where he fits because obviously everybody fits in somewhere.
Yep. Yeah. And it's true. He's really going through, like you said, an identity crisis. Of course, when they become Grim Reapers, they lose all of their memories. There's nothing that they can remember. So him being just tied back to this memory, and, you know, like we said, when those memories come flushing in, he says it. It's like somebody's just pushing them in your brain.
Yeah.
So he's still like recovering from seeing Sonny's past, and now he's trying to figure out, where do I fit in? Pretty sure Goblin fits in here, so I'm thinking maybe I fit in somewhere.
Yeah.
So that's the heavy part of it. But now, also one of my favorite parts of the show, Eun-tak graduates. She did it. She passed all her exams. She's at graduation. And another one of my favorite parts. Now, when Eun-tak is in school, her teacher's a bitch to her. She's nasty to her.
Horrible.
So unkind.
We don't really talk about, like, the bullying. We didn't really talk about it. Eun-tak is
bullied
by this group of girls, and they're horrible. And the teacher takes their side multiple times.
Yep.
And one of the things that I love is there's a scene. It's way before this happens, but the ghosts puts a cigarette in one of the girls' hands in the middle of her classroom. And once they're teenagers in Korea, you're not allowed to be smoking in a school, let alone when you're underage. And the teacher walks in and she nails them, right? Nails horrible bullies who from day one are just so horrible to Eun-tak.
They're
and
terrible
it's like
to her.
The teacher feeds into that. She's
horrible. She's a monster.
She doesn't let her get away with anything. There's a scene where she's like going through her book bag and
tells her to let me smell your hands.
Like, you have a lighter, like you're smoking, like you're not supposed to be smoking. Just horrible, evil for no reason.
No reason at all.
No reason at all. Just to be a bitch.
She's terrible.
We find out in this episode that she knows, like, the girl clique who's mean to Eun-tak, she's like friends with their mom, like one of the girls' mom. And so you're like, okay, well, you're just biased and mean and horrible.
Absolutely. Yeah, horrible. She is. Yeah, no. And that's why this is my favorite scene when Eun-tak graduates. She's sitting in her classroom, you know, everybody's with their parents. She has nobody. She's there by herself. And this beautiful woman walks in red, who we now know is a god. She's a god that shapeshifts from that beautiful goddess to the old little street vendor lady who gives her, food. And she walks in with a beautiful bouquet of flowers. She goes right to Eun-tak and she says, I'm so proud of you.
So proud
You
of
did
you.
great. Your mom will be proud of you. Eun-tak starts crying. She says something that reminded Eun-tak, this is the old lady from when I was a kid behind in the alley. And she puts two and two together like, oh, she's special.
Yeah, yeah,
And as she's leaving, she approaches this teacher and she's like, could you not have done better? Could you not have been a little kinder?
Oh, and it
she breaks down. Oh, I have the chills. She's hysterical crying.
Because she deserves it. She
did.
There and she's like, just couldn't you have been a better teacher? Or couldn't you have been a better person? I forget exactly what she says, but she says something along the lines of like, just why couldn't you have been a decent human being?
Yeah, absolutely.
And teacher breaks down, starts crying, has to leave.
Yep.
And well deserved, because once again, she was fucking horrible. That lady deserved a dose of her own medicine.
Yeah, no, she's trash, and I'm glad she got that. And it's a beautiful scene because I think that she's so lonely, right? Everybody's like a little lonely in this show, but in a beautiful way. Like it always comes full circle. And I feel like in that moment, I hope for Eun-tak that she realized, I am loved. Even if it's by ghosts, you're loved, girl. You are looked after.
Yeah.
Yes, your time is coming because you shouldn't have ever been, but the life that you have is beautiful. And she's so grateful of that. She really embraces that. She's so, even with the bullies, she handles it with grace. Not the way I would have done it.
Oh,
definitely not. But I do respect her gracefulness through life. When they're talking shit about her, they're like, we know she hears us, but she don't care. She's sitting there eating. She's like, doesn't mean anything to me.
Just puts it out because she knows it's not.
She knows.
She lives, at this point, she had lived with her aunt and her cousins who were fucking horrible to her. She obviously doesn't want to see ghosts, but let's be real. The ghosts were some of the only decent people to her. And I think one of the things I love the most about the show is you have all this stuff going on with like the Goblin and the Grim Reaper and Sunny and all this stuff. And Eun-tak is being followed around by these ghosts who help her, right? Like they kind of like
they give and receive. They want help and need help.
And Eun-tak has we didn't really talk about it, but Eun-tak kind of helps them move on to the afterlife. There's a extremely touching scene in the first half of the show where there's a young college age girl ghost and she's like, I have a favor to ask you. Like, could you go to my room? Because she like rents a room in a hostel. She's like, could you go there? Could you put food in my fridge? So when my mom goes there, she doesn't think that I was living badly. You know what I mean? And Eun-tak goes there and she does this for her. She fills the fridge up and helps the ghost move along. Ultimately, the mom goes there and of course her daughter is dead, but at least she sees, she
opens the fridge.
She had food in her stomach. She wasn't suffering, and Eun-tak has done this a couple of times with a couple of different ghosts. And I don't know exactly what episode it falls in, but it falls in one of these episodes here where, when Eun-tak is living with her aunt, they're always asking her for her bank book. Where's your bank book? Where's your bank book? Because they want to get the inheritance from her mom.
Yes.
And so Eun-tak is talking to the student this whole time, who we think is just a regular student. And we find out that she's a ghost. And she asks her, could you please bring flowers to my grave? And so she goes, she brings the flowers. The Goblin is with her because he brings her. At this point, he doesn't let her out of his sight. Let's be real.
No.
So she's like, I need to go do this. And she goes and she sees the ghost in a picture with her mom.
Yeah.
And she immediately is like, oh my God, she was
Goblin door.
Yeah, and she's yelling at him, door, door, door. And so she goes and she finds the ghost and she's like, I was your mom's friend. She would have been so happy to see you. She's like, I had to stay to make sure that you were okay. And she gives her a locker combination and she opens it and it's all the bank books. This ghost had been protecting her mother's inheritance for her. And Eun-tak just breaks down because once again, it's her mother's inheritance. She caught so much flack from her aunt, and come to find out, her mom's friend was protecting her all along.
The whole
Literally, it's a
time.
stack of like 15 bank books,
Yeah.
and
Every year of her life.
every
Yeah.
single year she got a new one, and helps the ghost move on because the ghost did what
Yes.
she was meant to do. She
Yeah.
she stayed after specifically to help Eun-tak get this inheritance and make sure that her sister, her aunt didn't get it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a very emotional scene.
Oh my
For
God.
Eun-tak, she was not ready for her to leave. She's just finding out that
She
this is
didn't
my
know.
mom's best friend. She didn't
I
know.
know.
And that's kind of where the story ends. She did her job. There's nothing more there for her. She can move on and go be with Eun-tak's mom. That was her best friend. She had to watch her daughter grow up and protect her. And really, she sacrificed her peace and ending
Yeah.
for her. So very beautiful moment. I cried a lot during that. I was actually not expecting that at all. I was always curious about that ghost. I was not expecting that when I first
Because
watched
you
this.
kind of find out like where all the ghosts are coming from and where
Yes.
and she's just kind of been chilling. She's like the
Yeah.
other one who's in the sweater. We don't really know why she's
Yeah.
behind. We don't really know what her deal
Right.
is. We know the one, she's like, oh, my ex-husband, he killed
He's a
me,
piece of
whatever,
shit.
yada,
Yeah.
yada, yada. We know he did all this stuff, but like we didn't
Yeah.
really know why she was there, and obviously she never
No.
told Eun-tak. And
Never.
I think they say something right before she like passes over, the ghost, where she's like, I'm gonna tell your mom, that you're a good person and that, your life is okay and you're doing good. And Eun-tak is just so touched. And of course she loves her mom. She loves her mom. She talks to her mom all the time. She's like, look, mom, I'm safe now, when she finds the goblin. Like, look, mom, I'll be okay now. Like, look, mom, I got into college. Like, she's always talking to her. And so I think it's really beautiful that she was able to see someone who, not only was there for her when she needed to be looked over, but someone who was there for her mom. You could tell that they were very good friends.
Absolutely.
And, they shared a very deep bond with one another. How else would your soul stay? But, that's like me for you. If you
Vice
died,
versa.
my soul would stay after, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It's like one of those things where it's
can't even
like,
think about that.
no, you have to really care about that. But just once again, red string of fate. People are meant to be in people's lives.
Absolutely. 100%.
Yeah. That was one of the most heartbreaking scenes, I think. The whole show is kind of quite heartbreaking, but that to me, it was just so sad to finally find out, oh my God, like you've been looking over her this whole time.
It's beautiful. Kept her money safe. Because at that point, we're all wondering, where the fuck are these bank books?
Where are the bank books?
Where are these bank books? So now we know. Yeah. Now she got all this money.
Yeah.
And she's turning of age. She's becoming a legal adult, which is 20 over there. And then we get another brilliant scene.
My favorite scene.
My favorite scene,
I think
too.
in the whole show.
She busts up in Goblin's room. She goes, it's 12 o'clock. I'm an adult. I want to go for some fucking sake. Some
soju.
Some soju and chicken gizzards.
In Korea, they celebrate everybody celebrates their birthday on
New Year's.
So it's very different than like we do over here, because not that they don't celebrate their birthdays, but your age doesn't change, I don't think, until the new year.
Till the new year.
Your age doesn't change on your actual birth date.
Yes.
So she kicks in his door. She's like, let's go. And so he brings her out, and they're just sitting in like, one of these little street side restaurants, and she's getting drunk. She is like, no,
her up.
Pour the soju. Pour another one.
Soju.
And a group of guys walk in, and we notice, we know the front leader of this group, because Kim Shin the Goblin has met him before. He's like, you're a bad man. He caught him stealing wallets. He's like, no, you better check yourself, basically, before you wreck yourself. And
almost caused one of Eun-tak's death in the bus that he stopped. Yep.
Exactly. And he's like, nah, I came here to beat your ass. Like, I lost my job because I broke my hand. This is all your fault, blah, 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 blah. At this point, Goblin is wasted.
He's annihilated.
Doesn't take a lot. He's he is drunk. He's like, oh, I'll fight you right now.
Yeah.
So the group goes outside. The Goblin doesn't even care. He phases through the side of the tent.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't.
He's lost it, no?
He is drunk. Eun-tak's like, be careful. He's like, I'll be fine. takes a broom, kicks the handle off.
I can't.
And ends up basically just beating the whole group of guys.
Annihilated them. Yeah, fuck them up.
No, they
Stuck
all
the broomstick
run.
up the guy's ass.
No, and it makes a literal sound when he pulls it out. No.
He's like, ugh.
And the whole time, Eun-tak is watching through the window, pouring more.
She's drinking
fucking. She's like, I'll take another bottle, please.
Miss
Soju. Wasted. She's like, wow.
Annihilated.
You were so
it's hilarious.
great.
I cannot.
I love it.
One of my favorite scenes. And this is really like kind of the end of the happy. Like it gets pretty heavy again after this. So she's now an adult. She's going to school. She's, about to start her university. She's got this money now. Goblin makes sure he puts it in writing though. Even though you got this money, you got to pay me rent. And you got to wait. You got to pay. You got to pay this loan off over 55 years, 60 years. You not leaving this house.
$5 a month or some ridiculous.
Yeah, no more, no less. That's what you pay. So they're living their lives, and she sees this ghost. She's like, this is not a ghost like anything I've seen. She's actually in the chicken shack.
But before that happens, we do have to say there is this huge scene where Sunny is not feeling right. Sunny hasn't been feeling right for a while, right?
Yep.
The goblin has been coming, and she's like, what the heck is this? You're
It's
like,
messing
you
with her.
I'm your sister. So she shows up at the house, and he tells her, he's like, no, you really were my sister. Like, this was your past life. And she kind of accepts it at this point because she's like, weird shit has happened. Like, and so they have
just sickly. She looks almost sickly.
No, she's not been feeling well.
Yeah.
She hasn't been
very tired.
doing good at all. And it's kind of established in that moment that she has accepted, okay, well, so you're a Grim Reaper and you're a goblin and Eun-tak is the goblin's wife, and she just kind of like is okay, well, so I guess I am your sister, because why would all these people who are so close to her lie to her, really? You know what I mean?
But she doesn't feel it yet. She's not really there yet.
No.
Yeah. She's not there. So she's going through this, and they're in her chicken shack that she owns, and Eun-tak is like, boss, like, let me get you something to drink. You don't look well. And as she's helping Sunny, the other ghosts are in the chicken shack, kind of cutting it up with Eun-tak as she's talking, like, your boss is crazy.
Yeah, they're talking about this ghost.
And then you see them leave.
Yeah.
And you see a ghost come in, and you know this is not a good ghost. Like, there's dark energy there. The other ghosts are scurrying.
Dressed in very old clothing.
Old clothes. So the ghosts are scurrying. This dark energy walks in, and like you said, he's dressed in old regale, just raggedy, and his mouth is black. His tongue is black. And he keeps licking it, and it makes a noise. It's fucking disgusting.
He's got necrosis on his fingers.
Oh, he does. Lots of crickety bones
and fucked up. I mean,
he's
all
messed
the
up.
ghosts that we see, none of them look
nothing like that.
Like none of them look how they died. They just look like how they would be when you saw them in the coffin, in their clothes. Like, they look fine.
Yeah.
He looks fucked up.
He's fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he comes in and he's talking about Sunny, like, this bitch. She's here again, and she's won over the king again. Like, how is this possible? You're all pathetic. In his eyes, that's how he thinks. And he tries to attack Sunny. He really does. He tries to go for her. And one thing, I don't know if we did talk about it briefly. Eun-tak has a birthmark on her shoulder. It's like the shape of a heart almost. And it started off really dark. And each time that she's encountered these life or death situations, it's kind of lightened up a little bit. And in that moment, when Park Jun-hoon goes to attack Sunny, Eun-tak takes the grunt of that.
It's like Bella in Twilight. She doesn't know, and she just goes to protect her, and it's like a force field. He gets like blown back.
Yes, he gets blown back, and she's on the floor, and the boss is like, oh my God, are you okay? Like, let's get you home. And then she starts to kind of put together, like, this is a bad entity. There's bad entities in this story that I've now overheard because Eun-tak overheard the story of with Goblin and Grim Reaper about the past. She wasn't intended to hear that, but she was standing there listening to the whole thing.
Yeah.
So now she knows something's not right here.
And the ghosts are talking about him too. They're like, no,
Very much.
This spirit has been
He's
around
come
forever.
back.
He met a Grim Reaper and his soul is still here.
Yeah.
And it's a very different energy than what we've been feeling from anything. No one has seemed like this bad. And he's kind of sitting there and he's, you know, licking his lips, being all gross. And he's like, no, I want to kill this woman, talking about Sunny.
Yeah. So this happens. Of course, Eun-tak eventually does say, like, listen, there's a ghost that this happened. It's Park Jung-un. Like, well, she doesn't know it's Park Jung-un. She says there's this really dark ghost. He's been gone for a long time. He tried to attack Sunny. He got me. Like, what's good? And now the Grim Reaper is heightened. He's looking for this ghost. He's like, I want to know who's messing with my sister and my girl.
Yeah.
And he finds Park Jung-un. He hears him. He's standing at the top of a building, actually, and he's listening to all the sounds. And that's actually a really cool moment, too, because we kind of see what the Goblin hears. God, could you imagine hearing all that noise? People, help me, save me, I need a God.
Like Bruce Almighty, where he gets all the fucking emails and he doesn't know what to do.
Exactly.
He's hearing all these people cry out for help, for a miracle.
Yeah.
And he hears him. Yeah, he hears the ghost. And
and he goes down.
To him. Yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, they have a face-to-face, and he's like, I'm going to kill you. He actually pulls the sword out of him and tries to kill him. And he's, of course, laughing because he's like, you're ridiculous. That doesn't work. Like, you're never going to kill me.
Yeah.
And now he's mocking him. He's like, you don't even know who you're living with. You don't even know the person you're laying next to, meaning Grim Reaper. And he reveals to him, not in this scene, I don't want to go through all of it because we would be here forever, but
no, forever, literally.
He does tell him, you are living with the Grim Reaper, Wang Yeo, your old king, the person who had you and your sister slaughtered. You are sleeping with him and you don't even know. And at this point, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
At this point, Grim Reaper is realizing, I am one of two, and it's both bad. I am either Wang Yeo or I am Park Jung-un.
And
that's know what he's struggling with.
He's not Un because
we know he's not Un.
The Goblin is looking at him, and there's something that we see happen in this first meeting, where Jung-un, obviously knowing that the Goblin has a soft spot for humans, you know, he possesses this guy. He's like drunk in the alley next to them. And he possesses him so that, like, the Goblin can't kill him. He's an innocent human. And it's quite crazy. And I think at this point we also see, if it's not here, it's later, just to show what he can do. He goes and, like, I think the Goblin's looking out, like, the window, and he's just looking at these people on the street. And you see Jung-un's ghost going into all these different, and they're just dropping to the ground. Just to show that he's a very malevolent.
He's putrid. Entity. He's horrible.
And now at this point, and I just kind of forget because I kind of watched it all at once, so that was kind of going together. In this time, Sunny is like, she tells everybody that she's leaving. Like, when I forget exactly what happens when Sunny gets her memories back. How do you remember how?
So yes. So what happens is there's a scene where she's in the chicken shack. She's tripping at this point. She's like, I'm seeing things. We got a goblin and a goblin's wife. I'm his sister, but I don't know. And she's kind of putting things together. This guy don't have a name. He's fucking weird. He's not giving me straight answers. Like, is he a Grim Reaper? Because the lady in the beginning told me to look out for a guy in a black hat.
Yeah.
And Goblin and Eun-tak are actually having a moment. It's in the middle of winter. Cherry blossoms are blooming when they shouldn't be. And Sunny hears something in her chicken shack. And she goes out back and she just gets up, silent. Grim Reaper sitting there with his hat on, so she can't see him.
Invisible.
She goes outside and she comes back with a cherry blossom branch. And she goes, about 6'2", black hat, and smacks his hat off of him, got the chills. And the Grim Reaper is stunned. She's like, what are you? You are a Grim Reaper.
You are a Grim Reaper, yeah.
So now the cat's out of the bag. She's pissed. You have not been honest with me. Like, you are a Grim Reaper.
Yeah.
And they decide to meet up. She's like, I want you to explain yourself. They go for a walk. And he tells her, look into my eyes. I want you to forget everything that just happened. You don't know my memory, like my story.
Forget all the bad things.
All the bad things. Only be happy. I want you to have only the happy memories.
But he kisses her, and
he kisses her.
And then she remembers.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So he kisses her, and that's what floods all of her memories back. She's flooded, and she's really quite devastated in this moment because she has been hurting. Like, who am I? Who was I? I want to know this guy as my brother, but I don't. And she remembers. She remembers everything.
Every single
thing.
At
that point, I don't know if Goblin knows that Wang Yeo is Grim Reaper, but she goes to him. She goes, my brother, like, your ugly is here. And they embrace each other. And I'm going to cry because it's such a beautiful moment.
It's so beautiful.
It's so beautiful.
Because he's been living this life for however long. She just comes to like consciousness, and she's been saying she feels a hole in her heart for she doesn't know what's wrong with her, and she finally realizes, and she comes to, and she's like, oh my God, like, you are my brother. She we know at this point, because it's in her memories, we see her and Grim Reaper, that she is Kim Shin and that he is Wang Yeo. And we see the scene where he shoves the ring on her finger. So we know at this point who the Reaper is.
Yes, now we know. Yep.
For sure.
So go ahead.
No, I was just saying, we know who he is 110%.
Yes.
And then she has her memories for, I think, a couple of days, and then he wipes her memories.
Yes. Yeah. They have a conversation, and she says, I won't let you hurt me in this life.
Yeah,
like,
no.
We're not doing this.
I can't forgive you.
I can't forgive you. Yeah. And then, he wipes her memories. He tells her only the good memories keep. But unfortunately, she loves him. There's good memories with him. He put the wrong spell on her. He should have used different verbiage because she remembered everything.
You have to be so specific.
Very specific.
In how you word things.
Yes.
Because he just says, forget all the horrible times, forget all the bad times.
And live and be happy.
And Sunny, at this point, she leaves a letter that she's leaving, right? She
Not yet.
Not yet?
Not yet. That's after.
Yeah, that's right.
After, But so now everybody's well aware except for the Goblin. Now, Eun-tak knows that Grim Reaper is Wang Yeo, but she doesn't feel the need to step in because in her eyes, this is all about fate and destiny.
Yep.
If it's meant to be known, they will work it out together. Yep. So there's a scene where Grim Reaper's driving her and she's like, I need to tell you something. Like, Park Jung-un told me something and I think it needs to be discussed.
Yeah.
And then it comes to terms that he realizes that the Grim Reaper is Wang Yeo. And the Goblin is livid. He wants blood. He flies to that house. Now, Grim Reaper is not at the house. He is in the temple that Goblin goes to every year to light a candle and the paper.
For him and his sister. For Wang Yeo and his sister.
For Wang Yeo and his sister, exactly.
Always puts up a lantern.
Always puts them. He finds the Grim Reaper in that room and he chokes him. He puts him up against the wall.
Oh, horrible.
And Grim Reaper still doesn't know that he's Wang Yeo. He's like, am I Wang Yeo? Because I still don't remember.
Because he still doesn't have his memories.
He still doesn't have his mememories.
Going off
of
what everyone else is telling him.
Exactly. But he doesn't feel it yet. So now the Grim Reaper's been doing some shady shit in his job. He's breaking all the rules. He's smiling. He's cutting it up. He's doing things when he's not being told to do things. He is giving name cards to Grim Reaper. He's erasing memories.
And he knows.
He's doing bad.
He's doing bad.
He's getting audited. He's essentially, he hears a ding, ding, ding on his little tea room, and they come in and they're like, motherfucker, you've been doing some shit.
This is what you did. This is what you did. This is what you did. You're suspended as a Grim Reaper.
You're suspended.
By the way.
Yes. And then you're getting all of your memories back because now you have to live in your guilt.
As punishment, you get to remember everything that happens.
And boy, does he remember everything.
His cry when he finds out what happens, and he
the way that actor cries,
the way
is too much.
Cry is it's you could tell it's real tears. First off,
it's real.
It's real tears.
Yeah.
And in this scene, we find out why he becomes a Grim Reaper. He has the realization, and we find out that he actually kills himself, and that's how he becomes a Grim Reaper.
And he kills himself by drinking the tonic, because he knows this tonic is making everybody before him sick. He's now realized
is on a bender. It's after the murders have happened. You know, Kim Shin is gone, Sunny is gone.
And mind you, he's older now. He's about 10 years older. He's about 25, and he's in his 20s now.
And he is spiraling into insanity. He is drawing the scroll that we see, drawing Sunny,
violently.
Ripping it up, starting again, ripping it up, starting again, and the tea is being bought to him. The tea's being bought to him, and he's like, no, bring me more tea. Bring me all the tea, like now. I know what I'm doing. Bring me the tea. I know what's in it. Bring me more tea. And so he kills himself.
He kills himself. He does.
And dealing with that, gets confronted by the person whose life he ended, his sister's life he ended, and he can't even be mad. He can't even be mad at him. He's like, no, I'm a horrible person.
He takes it.
He hates himself. He really see that in that moment. He's like, I was horrible.
And he does. He takes it, and he knows he's different. You know, it's so hard to watch this because I love the Grim Reaper. He's such a beautiful person, as cold as he tries to be. When he has his moments where he's smiling, you know, it's like a redemption arc, but you can never really get there because look at what you did. Look at all the damage you did.
And then you find out, once again, you took your own life.
You took your own life.
And that's no matter what religion you have, that's
exactly.
a no-go.
It's the ultimate sin.
That's it. Like, the one gift that you've been given, which is to live.
You're not allowed to take it away.
You've gone and you've taken that, basically taking God's job away, and you're like, no, I don't want to be here no more. I'm ending it.
Yeah, no, it's terrible. So that happens. He's kind of reeling with that. Goblin immediately goes to the house, tells Eun-tak, pack your shit, we're leaving right now. And Eun-tak abides, and he's like, why are you doing this so freely? Did you know? And that's when she tells him, I did know, but I didn't feel it was my place to say.
The ghost told me. I didn't know because this was
trying to divert.
She's like, I didn't know if he was just trying to start shit or if he was being truthful, because we know at this point that he's a horrible spirit. Goblin has been like, don't talk to him. So that's why he wants to get her out of there. He's like, no, I have to. She's like, I'm going to deal with this. We just need to get out of town. Like, I need to make sure you're safe first and foremost.
Yeah. So they get out, and you know, Wang Yeo has to deal with. He's now Wang Yeo. From here on out, we address him as Wang Yeo because that's how he addresses himself now. He's really reeling with that. Sunny is reeling with what she just learned about herself. Everybody's just kind of there. It's a lot. It's really heavy. Friendships have broken up. Oh, and somewhere in between there, we have to say, Dequa's grandfather, the chairman, passes away. And this really deeply affects everybody as well. This messes up Goblin. This is his confidant and personal, right-hand man his whole life.
Dealt with this for 900 years.
Yes, he's tired of it.
Them dying, he's so frustrated. I think it really bothered me that we never got to see the Grim Reaper usher his soul.
Yeah,
really bothered me.
I know.
And it's like, that was like one of the most important people to die. Like,
especially because Grim Reaper has let Goblin drink. He has let the Goblin go into the tea room and do his job for him.
At this point, the chairman knows. He goes, he gets a haircut. He's feeling that death is
knows.
coming.
Yeah.
Goblin is also feeling that the death is coming. He tells the
Absolutely.
Grim Reaper, hey, look out for this name card. The
Yep.
Reaper's like, Eun-tak? He's like, no, chairman.
Yeah. Chairman.
And then he gets the card, and we don't even get to see him. That's
What
the
happened?
one
Yeah.
I will say that is the one gripe I have. If I
Yeah.
have a complaint, if I could change something,
Yeah.
to me, I feel like we should have seen the Grim Reaper ushering his soul into the afterlife. Because if anybody deserves the Grim Reaper hand delivering him to the
Yeah.
afterlife, it's the chairman who's taken, his family's taken the vow to sit by the Goblin. But no, we don't get to see that.
Yeah, we don't get that. I don't. You know what? You
It
just
really-
created a gripe for me. I didn't even think of that.
Really
Shit.
engages me. Because when I was doing my rewatch, I was like, oh,
No, we don't see a
forgot.
send-off.
But then I was like, but wait, we don't get to see. And I got so irritated because
Yeah.
you get to see so many other, and I love all those
You do.
scenes. And it just seems that part is like the one lackluster thing I will say.
Yeah,
is
I
feel
agree.
Like,
Yeah,
I
I
feel like
agree.
we deserved
Absolutely.
to see that happen.
Yeah.
Because he's such a important character. He plays such
So
a vital
important.
role in everything.
Yeah.
And the Goblin is just kind of like, well, I'm just gonna go cry about it for a little bit. Duckwa is thrust into being, more important in the company because the grandfather dies, and
Yep.
and he really, Duckwa really
He steps
takes
up.
it to heart. Really
He
takes
does.
it to
It
heart.
affects him.
He says he's like, no, for my grandfather, I'm gonna do good. I'm gonna learn this company from the bottom up.
It humbles him.
It
Yeah.
really does. It really
Yeah, it
does.
humbles him.
Because he's like, I wish I would have been nicer to him. And
Yeah.
everybody feels that way, I feel like, when someone dies.
Oh, 100%.
And-
Survivor's guilt is so real. Yeah, it is.
It is really painful to
Yeah, it
watch.
is.
It's so sad.
Yeah. So now we're getting up to the point where we need to figure out why Park Jong-un is back. And the Grim Reaper and Eun-tak, they figure out, okay, we're going to come up with this plan. Grim Reaper now knows the purpose of his sword was always to kill Park Jong-un, and now he has to die. To save Eun-tak, he has to die.
And Sunny, because the
And
Reaper's
Sunny.
kind of protecting Sunny
Yes,
at this point.
Exactly. And he tells him that you protect your sister, you protect my sister, your girl. I will protect my girl. The sword has to get taken out of me. So they concoct this plan where he's gonna lure Eun-tak and Park Jun to the same location, and right in the perfect moment, we're gonna have Eun-tak pull the sword out.
Yep.
And as Eun-tak is getting there, she's like, "Oh shit! This guy's about to use my body to kill."
He possesses people. He possesses people.
Yes.
And she's like, oh my God, no.
Yes. And
Oh
he
my God.
does. They get him there. He possesses her body. Just as the sword is about to get pulled out by Park Jong-un, Grim Reaper comes and he says, Park Jong-un. He says his name in Korean.
Beckons him. He beckons
And he
him.
says, don't you dare ignore the call of a Grim Reaper. And he calls him again, and he calls him for the
Pulls
third
his
time.
soul out of her body.
And the soul comes out. But she passes out. And at that moment, he takes her hands, and it's the most heartbreaking thing.
Because you know what's going to happen. Like, you know what's going to
Heartbreaking.
happen. You know, even
Yes.
though he's passed out, he's got to get rid of this.
He's got to get rid of it. So he pulls the sword out himself with her hands. She comes to as it's coming out of him, and she's like, stop what you're doing. He's not hearing it. And then
Takes the sword and slices
takes the
him.
sword and slices Park Jong-un. And his soul shatters. Thank God. We're done with him.
Yep.
But also, so does the Goblin. You just kind of see him
will
holding.
cry right now. No, I will cry right now. Just
No,
thinking
it's
about it.
devastating. He's there on the floor. He's telling her how much he loves her, and that he'll come as the wind, he'll come as the rain, he'll come as the snow, and all
Stop it.
weather.
You're gonna get me. Stop it. Stop it.
It's so bad.
No, it's
And he goes away.
just to attest to the crying in the show, she
It's a lot.
is hysterical. She's like, how could you
Oh.
do this? How could you do this? First off,
Grim Reaper's hysterical. Wang Yeo is hysterical.
Wang Yeo is standing there because they needed the
Horrible.
Grim Reaper to call his soul, and we see the Goblin just slowly start to disintegrate.
Yep.
And Eun-tak, in this moment, she takes her notebook and she writes
Yes.
down, "You're the Goblin's bride. You cannot
Don't forget.
You cannot forget who you are." And hysterical,
Yes.
just great.
Yeah.
We get a flash forward. Before we get a flash forward, we get the Goblin, and he's just in this snow barren land,
Yeah.
and you know, the god says you got a choice. Now you could just go. You're done. Your long life has ended.
He really is
Live
in nothingness. There's nothing.
Live and die in peace. And he says, "No, I think I'm gonna stay. I think I'm gonna stay here for a little bit because I feel like I'm still needed, and I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait it out." He waits it out. And we fast forward 9 years. She now goes from 19 to 29?
29.
28, 29, yeah.
Well, at this point, the story jumps ahead, and
Yeah, we're jumped ahead.
We kind of see, like, it's no longer obviously about Eun-tak and the Goblin, and when he goes into nothingness, they wipe their memories.
Yes.
They, like
everybody's memory's wiped.
Eun-tak does not remember that she is the Goblin's bride. She doesn't know.
She doesn't remember Sunny.
Anything. She doesn't remember Sunny. She
Yep.
does still work at, like, she worked at the shop, so she has, like, those memories. But, like, the memories of, like, their deep friendship where they find out they're connected is gone. She doesn't know who the Grim Reaper is. She doesn't know anybody. So at this point, Eun-tak has graduated college. She ended up being, you know, she works in radio. She's a producer. Yep. She's friends still with the one girl, the class president. Yeah. And her and Sunny and her friend, I forget her name, the class president, they kind of have all become, you know, friends at this point. They all go to the chicken shop. They all drink. They all kind of, you know, they kiki basically. You know, they talk about men. They just kind of go on about everything, and they're just kind of living their lives as nothing happened. Because as far as we know, they don't know anything about the Goblin. They don't know anything about anything.
Yeah. But you see a shift in Eun-tak. She's a little bit darker. She's a little bit more sad. You can see she's going through something, that she's been going through something for these past 9 years.
Yeah.
Even Sunny and the president, we call her class president because that's actually what she calls her, class president.
Yeah.
We see them staring at her as she's looking out the window, drinking her soju a little harder. They're like, we're a little worried about her well-being.
She is crying herself to sleep every single night. She's
taking pills.
Doesn't know why she's so sad. She is just, you know, she's working, but something is wrong. She feels like Sunny did. Like, there's a hole in her heart. She doesn't really know what's going on, why she feels this way. She should be happy. She says it. She's like, I should be happy. I have my job. I've got my friends. Whatever have
my home. Yeah. And she, her birthday comes up. It's her birthday, and she's like, I'm gonna get myself a cake with a candle, and I'm gonna sit out here, and I'm gonna make a wish. And you know, she's sitting there looking at this cake, and the Goblin's in his snow barren land, kind of just. He's about to pass out. He's been doing this for 9 years. He's falling down in the snow.
He's got the contract in his hand.
He's got the contract in his hand.
Wrote him.
He falls, and the contract flies out of his hand. And just in that moment, when she's making her birthday wish, she blows out the candle.
We see the smoke.
You see the smoke, and it pans to the Goblin, but he's in his old regale from the old days, from the royal era. Long hair, and they're just staring at each other.
Not Goblin.
Yep. And they're staring at each other, and she stands up, and she's like, "Are you an actor?" And he just comes up to her and hugs her, and they just embrace each other. She starts crying.
Okay, yeah.
And then she's like, "Why am I crying? Why
are you hugging me?
Who are you? You're an actor. You're in the wrong place." You know, and he is just beside himself. He's like, I got my girl back, but she doesn't remember me.
She doesn't remember, yeah.
So now he's kind of walking the streets. He's walking by his old house. He sees the tea room. He sees a Goblin. And the Goblin is like, oh, a Grim Reaper. And the Grim Reaper's like, oh, I've heard of your stories. And he says something to him. Because the Goblin's like, Kim Shin, Goblin is like, oh, he doesn't remember me. And he goes, but you didn't come back as a radish to be eaten. And he's crying. And the Goblin is like, you remember me. And they go inside and he's like, how do you remember me?
They talk
and they talk. And that's when the Grim Reaper's like, everybody's memories were wiped. I'm the only one who remembers.
Because
I'm assuming because of my
punishment,
crimes.
his punishment
Yes.
was
He
to
has to
have
remember.
memories, was to retain why he fucked up and why he became a Grim Reaper in the first place.
Exactly. Yeah. So he goes back to live with the Grim Reaper, and now the Grim Reaper owns this house. He's like, well, this is my deed now, so you could be my roommate.
No,
he even
goes to see Dakwa. The Goblin goes to go see Dakwa at his job, and he looks crazy, first off, because he's in his old clothes, and he just goes to walk up to Dakwa, and like the security like comes and they're like, what?
They're like, stop.
And he's like, no. He's like, Dakwa, he's like, look at you. And Dakwa's like, I don't know who you are.
Get away from me, sir.
Even chairman, I forget who his
name
is, but the new chairman who we know, he's been a part of it. He's like, who is this guy? Like, what is this crazy? Like, remove him, please.
Right. He knows. Now, there is, about the new chairman, Chairman Wu did tell him there's a man that will come to you if his name is Kim Shin and he asks for his possessions, you give it to him. So at that point, he's like, is this Kim Shin? But he doesn't say it out loud.
No, he kind of has an inkling. Yeah.
So he goes and gets a nice haircut, and now his mission is to get Eun-tak's memory back. He goes
he even goes to see Sunny too, but Sunny doesn't remember him. She's looking out the window, and he's just kind of looking at her, and he sees her see him, and she doesn't react at all. So he just like, oh, dips. He's like, okay, well, she doesn't remember me.
We don't see a reaction from her.
Yeah, she's like, oh, she's just like, oh, someone was standing out there, and he's like, oh, well, I guess her memories are wiped too. Let's not beat a dead horse, and just like leaves, and she looks back, and he's gone.
He's gone. Yeah, so he's trying to rebuild his life back up, and any chance he can get with Eun-tak, he's taking. He goes to a cafe,
pathetic,
doesn't have no money, runs back home. Grim Reaper, I need $10. I need $10.
No, and at this point, she thinks he's a stalker. She's like, who are you? Why are you following me? Like, you're weird, you're creepy. Like, you didn't even bring your wallet with you. Like, okay,
like what are you doing?
I'll buy you this coffee, whatever.
No, all this money. So now the money pot's drying up. Grim Reaper's getting pissed off. He's like, this really is my punishment. Like, go get a fucking job, and don't steal gold bars, and don't do stupid shit. Just go get a job. So he does end up going to Dakwa's office again, and in blue flames.
He's like, I guess this must be done, okay?
Sure. So he gets all his stuff back. He's like, I want my nephew, my money, and my company. You can keep the company. Give me my money. So he starts to rebuild himself, and
he's obviously rich because he owns his company. So he's good. He's good now. He's got money. He's kind of chilling.
Yeah, he's chilling. So now Eun-tak is trying to figure out who this man is, but in the midst of this, she gets a letter, and it's a letter from herself from when she first went to Canada, and now she's like, I gotta go to this hotel and figure out why I got this letter.
He's like, no, this is very strange.
Very strange.
Because she reads it, and it's a letter from herself to her future self, essentially.
Exactly. Creepy.
She's like, what is this?
Creepy. And we have to say, there's a period, during this period of time, she was not seeing ghosts. She stopped seeing ghosts for a little bit. So she doesn't remember anything.
No.
So she goes to the hotel. She travels to Canada. She's traveling on her own. She tells the Goblin, I'm traveling abroad. Like, I'll see you when I get back. Maybe I'll let you take me on a date. So she goes to Canada. She's looking around. She walks by this door and she's staring at it like, I remember this.
She's like, oh, deja vu. Like, okay.
It's a flashback. Something with her there. And who walks out of this door? The Goblin.
No, when he walks out of this door.
When he turns.
And then sees that she's standing there, and he's just like, oh, God. And he just turns to, but like, she's seen him. She's like, what are you doing here?
You're stalking me?
Literally stalking me now. Like, what? He's like, oh, well, I'm here for my company. Like, don't you know?
Furniture branding.
It's hysterical because she, at this point, is getting very suspicious. She's like, You followed me from Korea to Canada. You
Right.
Okay, weird.
Yeah.
Weird. Strange.
No, it's hilarious. So he's like, you owe me food. Like, I got you this branding deal with my company. You owe me some food. Take me out for
Mhm.
lunch. So
Mhm.
they go to a little cart, and she's walking around, kind of like looking at things. And he's like, it's like you've been here before. Like it's natural to you. And she starts to walk towards where Kim Shin's grave is, and he's like, let
We
me
don't need to
give
go
you
over
a
there.
tour. Let me give you a tour. You don't know
Yeah,
Canada.
there's
I
nothing
do.
over
Let's give
there.
you a
Let's
tour.
go.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So they start to go around Canada. He keeps talking about this first love of his, and she's getting jealous. She's like,
Pissed.
stop talking about another woman with
She's like,
me.
why do men always do this?
Right. Like, the past is in the past. She's obviously not your
Yeah.
real love because she's not here.
No,
So
yeah.
they go to this restaurant, and this is the restaurant that we see in flashbacks. I don't know if we spoke about it. I think we did. It's a flashback where she's like, CEO, and he's like, oh, she's married. She's with another guy.
The Goblin has lost it. He
He's
he
lost it.
he brings this vision up to her multiple times. He like says things. He's like, "Yeah, well, you're
He's like,
just gonna
huh,
go and do whatever you want to do.
yeah.
Doesn't even matter."
She's like, what are you talking about?
Lo and behold, we find out the
It's
CEO
him.
she's been talking about this whole fucking time was him,
Yes.
and he is shitting grin on it.
Smitten.
Sits down. He's like, "It was me all along," and
So
he's
proud.
so
So
happy
proud. Yeah.
because it's not another man that he thought it was
Yes.
gonna be.
Yeah. And she's loving it. She's digging it. Even though he's talking about his first love, she's there smiling behind the
Because she's
menu.
on the phone with Sunny,
She's
and
on the
she's like, "No,
phone.
I'm at this cool restaurant with this guy."
Yeah. She's feeling it.
Sunny's like, "Okay, have fun, bye."
Yeah. She's like, live your life. Don't call me. You're on a date.
I'm
But they
tired.
have this date. And she agrees. She's like, yeah, I'll see you in Korea. I'll date you a little bit. You could take me
Mhm.
out when I come back. And she's there trying to piece this together, and she's starting to get these flashbacks. She's sitting in the hotel room thinking, like, I'm just gonna go ask him like some
Mhm.
questions, some hard questions. And he says something like, you always like beef. And she's like, how do you know that about me? He's saying things that she's like, you shouldn't know this about me.
Yeah.
So she confronts him. She's like, are you Kim Shin? Are you the Goblin? Are you this man that I've been writing about that I can't remember? And he's like, no, he doesn't want to
Yeah.
tell her. He needs her to find out
Mhm.
100% on her own.
Mhm.
And she starts to put it together. She's by the fountain, and all these flashbacks just flood
That
her.
scene breaks me.
Oh, I have
It
the
is
chills. I'm gonna cry.
it is so
I'm
emotional
trying not to
because,
cry.
like you said, she's sitting there and she's like, what is happening? This man is following me. Like, he knows
Yeah.
all this stuff about me. And then
Right.
it like a switch flips, like you said, and she just, oh my God, that's
Yeah.
the Goblin. I love him. First off,
Yeah.
I'm his bride. Secondly,
Right.
thirdly, it's been,
I
however,
miss
it's
him.
been 9 years.
Yeah.
He died the last I seen him, and she's running down the street.
Yes.
Finds a candle, blows it out, and he appears, and she just loses it. She breaks
Yeah.
down. She hugs him,
Yeah.
loses her mind, is just so overwhelmed by all
Yeah.
the emotions that she felt, and knowing that he's back because he was supposed to be gone. He was supposed to be
Right.
gone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's an intense moment. They go back to the hotel. She's got to fly back. He's got to,
He's
he
like,
can
I
do
didn't
whatever
bring
he
my
wants.
passport. I
Yeah.
came kind of hastily. So
I
I'll
gotta
see
gotta
ya.
take a door.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But they start to live their life. They're happy again. She's still in a state of PTSD where every night she's waking up blowing a candle like, oh my God, I can't believe this is
No,
real. I can't believe you're
thinking
here.
he's gone. And then
Yeah.
they come back. Obviously,
Yeah.
the Grim Reaper remembers her. She
Yeah.
remembers the Grim Reaper.
Yeah.
So it's like you kind of have the group all together again.
Yeah.
The only person who we don't really see her with is Sunny. She's trying to get a
Sunny.
hold of her. She's trying to
Yeah.
call her. She's not answering her. They live in the same building at this point. She's
Yep.
not at her apartment. She's not anywhere. She's like, I can't find, where are you? Leaving her messages.
Yeah.
And then
This is the letter.
this is the letter. I
Yeah.
think it's so they get back, and then
Yeah.
the Grim Reaper obviously remembers Sunny, and he like goes to see her one day, and she like lets on that she didn't forget him. She's had her memories this whole time. She told him, she's like, you put the wrong spell on me. So she's been living with this for 9 years. She's been living with the fact that, like, you know, she loved this man. He murdered her brother. She remembers, obviously, the goblin. She remembers everybody. And she writes Eun-tak a letter, and she's like, I'm leaving. You know, basically, I love you, you know, I need to do this, yada, yada, yada. And then that's kind of all we really hear from Sunny. She's sitting on the bridge where her and the Grim Reaper first meet, and she's like, I'm going to wait till 50 people pass me, and then I'm going to leave. And he's the 50th person. And this is really where she has her purging, like it's very cathartic, where she's like, she lets it all out. She's like, I fell in love with you even in this life, but she's like, I can't forgive you for what you did, and we can't see each other. We can't be together.
This is your punishment.
Yep. And
this is the only thing I can give to you.
And she leaves. She doesn't tell anybody where she is. Nope. And we don't see her again.
That's it. We see her one more time when she writes that letter, and they air it. And as they're reading this letter, it's an anonymous letter, everybody in the scenario knew. Eun-tak runs out of the office. Grim Reaper
because it's on her radio show. It's on Eun-tak's radio show.
And they see each other one last time, and she says, even in death, you can't see me. You can't see me even in death. But unfortunately, she's with a Grim Reaper. So, you know, we go on. We get to watch this beautiful life that they're building, the Goblin and Eun-tak.
They don't ever tell us how long it is, but
they don't. It's not long because she's 29. So
they're living happily. You know, finally. He says, you know, he loves
I want you
her.
to be my bride. Will you marry me?
Yeah. Oh.
And they get married. It's a beautiful ceremony, just them in a buckwheat field, the same buckwheat field she kissed him in, the same one she tried to pull the sword out in. So very beautiful. And they're married. That's it.
The Grim Reaper, I think, actually gives her bouquet.
He gives her her bouquet.
It's so beautiful.
It's very beautiful.
And at this point, they're very passionate with each other.
Very much so.
When they kiss, they kiss. Like, you see
And they're the same age. Let's make that clear. This is the age that Kim Shin died, 29, 30, around that age. So now they're actually in the same age group.
Yes.
So they're really really melded very well together. They already love each other. Now the maturity level is there. You know, he's so proud of her. She's so happy he's back.
Yes.
And they're just building this up like, yes, we get to have a perfect existence with the Goblin and Eun-tak. But unfortunately, we know that her destiny is to die. Her fate has already been written out for her. And on the perfect day with the perfect broadcast.
I think it was the morning after, was it not? I think it was literally they get married.
It was
the
morning after. That's how
they
portray it to us, at least.
That's how it seems.
Yeah, that's how it seems.
She wakes up, she goes to work. We see the Grim Reaper out doing Grim Reaper things. There's you know, supposed to be a school bus of children who die, which is horrible, of course. So he's waiting there with his little Grim Reaper assistant, and they're kind of chilling. And the assistant gets a call, and he's like, you know, they said put down your cards.
Away.
Like these aren't good. Like something has changed. Yada yada. Right. And the Grim Reaper's standing there, and he's like, well, okay, and he's kind of sitting there, and he's like, well, there's only really one thing that could happen where like a name card doesn't come up, and so he's sitting there, and they're watching this unfold. And basically, time slows down, and Eun-tak is driving home, talking on the phone to Goblin, and this truck starts rolling down the road, and she kind of sees in slow motion, oh God, like this truck is going to hit this bus full of kids, and she rolls out into the middle of the road, and the truck collides with her car. And it's at that moment the Grim Reaper is watching this happen. Her name pops up on the card.
Yeah.
And
he couldn't stop it.
There's nothing anybody can do to stop it. The Goblin, it's so heartbreaking because the Goblin's on the phone with her. She isn't speaking. He hears this car crash. She dies. We see her soul outside of the car looking at the accident, and the Reaper comes up to her and
crying,
like, rightfully so. Yeah. And she's just kind of like, wow, like, this is it. This is what's really happened. And, you know, she's like, oh, he's like, you know, oh, you're Eun-tak, and, you know, you're 29 years old, yada, yada. She's like, yep, it's me.
Yeah.
And so, he ushers her off to the tea room, and at this point, the goblin knows. He's holding a bottle of wine. It drops, shatters on the floor. He rushes out of the house, rushes to the tea house to see Eun-tak there, and
Devastating.
he breaks down. He rightfully so. They're finally happy. They finally get married, and she sacrifices herself, to save these children, which it really is the best, not best, but like if she had to die, I think that is a way where I'm okay with it. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, it's extremely heartbreaking, but she sacrificed herself to save all these little innocent children. You know what I'm saying? It's not like she got into a bus accident and died, or she fell off of a cliff. Like, she made a conscious choice in that moment to give up her life to save these lives. And
you know what, at this point her fate was kind of decided for her whole life. This was her only act of free will that she could do. She really was tied to the goblin because of his choices. So it was her only act of real free will in her life, and it was a selfless act. Devastating, though. Absolutely devastating.
It's one of the harder scenes for me to watch. You just feel everybody is so sad. Everybody is so sad. Like, the Grim Reaper is really obviously devastated. The Goblin is devastated. She's like, wait for me. She tells him, she's like, wait for me. She's like, I'll be back. She asks the Grim Reaper, she's like, what life is this? Because as we've said, I got it wrong. It wasn't 3 lives, it was 4 lives that they have. And she's like, what? Don't stop it. I will cry.
I can't even talk about it. It's so intense.
So she asks the Grim Reaper, what life is this? And he tells her that it's her first life. So she knows she's going to come back. She's like, I will come back to you. She's like, live every day diligently and be happy, and I will find my way back to you. We will find each other again, because obviously reincarnation is a thing, and the Goblin's the Goblin, so he's going to live forever, and so...
Absolutely. Yeah. So Eun-tak dies, and now the Goblin has to live in this world yet again without his bride. He's alone. Not alone. He still has the Grim Reaper for a couple more years. And, we see time go on, and it's been about 30 years now. We're going through 30 years of time, and the Grim Reaper, he finally gets his last card. He says, my job is done. This is my last... They're like,
you're finally done. This is your last job.
And, of course, in true Goblin spirit, who's his last card, girl?
It's Sunny. It's Sunny. Sunny's an old woman at this point. You only see it for a split second before
just the back of her. I know.
But you see, she's this little Ajumma, this little old lady.
Yep.
She's got her little hair in a bun. She's got her sweater. She looks all homely. But then we see her young, of course, as you do when you go to the tea house. And, the Grim Reaper, he looks at her and she's like, how funny is it that you would be the one to usher me into my afterlife, and they're sitting there.
And he gets to go with her.
And they're talking, and he's like, well, this was my final. And she's like, I'm done. I've repented basically for my sins. And they leave together. They leave together. So
we don't know if they're going to end up together, because we don't know what life the Grim Reaper's on.
But we know they're both able to pass on. And I think he tells Sunny this was her third life.
This
was her third life.
One more shot.
So we see them leave. They go on, they go out the door. They leave through the stairs, and then they go on.
Yeah. And then Goblin is alone again.
Truly alone again.
He does go on his sabbatical. He's gone for about another 30-ish years. We see the chairman.
Daqua's an old man.
Daqua's old man. So everybody's kind of just moved on. And the Grim Reaper, Goblin still lights these lanterns for Wang Yeo and his sister. And he's walking down the street, and he sees like this movie production set up there. And who's in the car? Sunny and Wang Yeo. They're fucking, it's an actress, and then we got an actor, but he's really a cop who's kind of like just teaching them what it's like to be a cop.
It's one of the funniest scenes. He like goes to fake arrest her, and she's like, what are you doing?
She's like, I'm not the criminal. He's like, well, you look like a criminal.
And so then she asks the director, she's like, who is this man? And he's like, oh, well, he's a police officer, and he's gonna help us on the show to make sure it's
Yeah.
it's tried and true to actual policeman officers or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like later in the night they go to rap, and like they go to the hotel. Long story short, the
Sleepy
hotel
little
lady is
hotel.
like, we only have one room left, so they have to bunk together. And it starts a budding romance, between the two, where they fall in love, and
Yeah.
it's really a full circle moment, because Sunny
It's
says
beautiful.
before she dies, she's like, I loved you in my last life, I loved you in this life, and now
This
here
is our
they
day
are.
one.
And his name's, they call him something. I forget what it's, something Lion. I forget what the nickname is.
The
but
bracelet.
They kill him. Yes.
Yeah.
So when he's a policeman, and so he has this nickname, and it's something Lion. I forget what it is. And so she gets him a bracelet, and it's got a little lion on it, and she's like, "Oh, well, I got this for you." And he's like, "Well, I don't really. Why would I wear a bracelet?" And then she pulls down her sleeve, and she's like, "I have one too." She's like, "I guess we're handcuffed together."
Yeah.
And so that they have their happy ending finally.
Yeah. Oh, he kisses her so passionately.
Oh, so cute.
And we have a very satifying ending to
when they finally
story.
agree to be together. No,
Yes.
and you're just
Beautiful.
like, wow, they're gonna have their happy life finally.
Yeah. It's
They
beautiful.
deserve it.
So of course Goblin can be happy knowing that his sister, and essentially his best friend, we didn't get to mention that when the Goblin came back and approached the Grim Reaper said, please forgive me. Like, I was loved. I just didn't know how to love. I'm gonna cry again. And they form a really beautiful friendship.
No,
so
they
when
really
he leaves,
do.
it's devastating for him, because he's like, that's like my brother.
It's such deep levels of like friendship
So
and like
deep.
understanding, spanning lifetimes, you know. And I mean, the Goblin really living and being like, I mean, they have a conversation once where the Goblin is like, do you know why I came back? Like, do you know why my sister did what she did? It's because we loved you, and we wanted you to be better and to do good for Goryeo at the time, and
protected even.
And he really does feel horrible that he took his life, and he really, in that moment, God, I really did let them down. I had so many people who sacrificed so much for me, and I blew it, and he's been sitting on that for the last 9 years, and he really had that, and finally he gets to have a good
happy
life
ending.
and his happy ending with Sunny.
It's beautiful. I love the story of them. I love the way they wrap that up.
It's so perfect.
We're now about, I've done the research, it's about 90 to 100 years now, probably closer to 94 years that Eun-tak has died. He's roamed this earth waiting for her.
Yep.
He goes back to Canada, and he's sitting by his grave, and he's just reading. And you see just a little, what do you call them?
A dandelion.
A dandelion. Little dandelion bud fly through. And you see Eun-tak standing there, and she's looking. She's like, I found you. And she's 19 again. She's like 20.
She's got all her memories, because
back.
When she dies, the Reaper goes to give her the tea, and she's like, I'm not going to drink it.
The tea.
She's like, I will not drink that. I want to remember who I am.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that's all we get to see. We get to see that they do find each other. Yep. And we know, obviously, they're going to live an amazing life together. They already love each other.
She got 3 more lives.
She got 3 more lives.
He
that
got
they
at least
just
300
live.
years with that girl.
At least.
Treats her right. Yeah. So, and that's where it ends. It ends with him. She says, do you remember me? Like, who am I? And he's like, my first and last bride.
My first and last love,
where it ends.
No, it's so good.
It's beautiful.
No, you, like I said, the only thing that you're left wanting is to see the chairman's spirit get ushered on. But other than that, you have everybody. Duckwa's working at the company. He's now the chairman. He's happy. We know he's got his own card by now. The Grim Reaper,
he's got his card.
Grim Reaper gets to forget his horrible past. He gets to move on. He gets to live with Sunny, who they're destined to love one another.
Right.
And
Park Chung-eun is gone.
And the Goblin finds his bride, who, because the sword is now pulled out, she's not fated to death. So they actually get to live together.
Yes. Yeah. It's a beautiful story.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it definitely worth the watch. When
Oh,
I
for
try
sure.
to sell it to people, it's hard. A lot of people don't want to read subtitles, but you have to read subtitles. Do not watch the dub version. I don't even think there is a dub
I don't.
version.
There's not. It
It
is
would
just.
be criminal if there was,
It's a
because
long
it's so
show,
beautiful. It
but
is.
it really is so worth it. I
Yeah.
I have watched a lot of shows. I've cried at a lot of shows. Obviously, I've laughed at a lot of shows. I don't think I have ever laughed and simultaneously cried as hard as I've did when I've watched this show. And even watching
100%.
it third time, fourth time, it still hits you
It
because
does.
the whole theme of the show is, mortality, really. And
Yes.
as mortals, we kind of wrestle with that thought every day. And
Yeah.
I feel like what better, another one of my favorite shows, 6 Feet Under, which also deals with the afterlife and dying and
Oh,
accepting.
we're gonna get there.
It really just it hits home in such a way where every single person can feel something while
Yeah.
watching this show. I mean, for me, this show is a perfect 10 out of 10. Like, I can't
Yes. I
uh,
agree.
I can't. Having one small complaint isn't enough to knock
No.
it down at
No.
all. Not even a 9.9. That's a 10. The
Mm-mm.
show's a 10. It's always going to
It's
be
a
a 10.
10. Yeah. Visually, you get wrapped in emotionally. Again, I go back to my cousin Valerie. She locked herself in a
Oh
room for
my
a week. She
god,
couldn't even
no.
handle it. It was so intense. She was just blown away, and in a beautiful way, but it just really just touched so many emotional parts of
Mm-hmm.
her being. She couldn't handle it. It's just a beautiful, beautiful show.
Yeah.
100% 10 out of 10. We've already gone over our best scenes, funniest moments, always when Goblin is having a mental breakdown, and the Grim Reaper.
One scene we didn't talk
Hilarious.
about, and it is genuinely my favorite. Right in the beginning of the show, Eun-tak has just met the Goblin, and there's a TV show playing in the background, like a morning show, and they're like, "This is how you could tell if someone that you know is suffering from bipolar
Huh,
disorder." And
no.
so it's sitting there and it's listening, and it's like buying all this stuff, and then it cuts to the Goblin. He's got boxes everywhere, and then it's like,
Over self
over
confidence.
self confidence, and he walks out, and Duckwa and the Grim Reaper is sitting there, and he's sitting like this, so his shirt's pulled up, so you can see the littlest bit of his stomach. He's like,
I
"I'm gonna go to the
can't.
sauna." He's like, "Are you guys gonna come with me?" He's like, "It's okay if you're not confident enough to go. I'm gonna go." Huh! And then he walks away,
Grim
and then
Reaper running
Grim
behind
Reaper
him.
stands up and
I'm
he does the
confident.
same thing. No, one of the best
Yes.
scenes
One of the best. Yeah.
in
No,
the show.
all of his meltdowns hilarious,
No,
but
so good.
overall, amazing show. Thank you so much for doing this with
Of
me. You're the
course,
only person I would do this with because this is our show. I love it
it's the
so
best
much,
show
and
ever.
I really think that if you guys are watching this podcast right now and you've sat through the whole thing, you might as well just go watch it. Just go watch it
Mm-hmm.
right now because it's worth it.
There's still
Oh,
so much that we haven't said. There's
oh,
so many things. We'd have to sit
we didn't
here for
scratch the surface.
hours to
Oh
really
yeah.
get
Yeah, we didn't even scratch the
everything.
surface.
Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely go watch it, guys. Me and Nicole will be doing this again. You heard her speak about 6 Feet Under. We will be doing
Yes.
that. Yellow Jackets, some other shows that we've really enjoyed. So definitely tune in because you never know. We might be talking about your next favorite show. I hope that one person goes to watch this show and is obsessed with it as much as we do. We've done our job. We've done our job.
Listen, if one person is like, "Oh, that's interesting. I kind of really want to watch it for myself and
Even if
experience
it's
it."
daddy, we've done our job.
No, it's so no.
Even if it's mommy and George, we've done our
He's
job.
ready. No, all he watches is Korean shows. My poor mother is like,
Hilarious.
I don't watch anything in English anymore.
Worth it.
They're ready.
Worth it. Yeah.
Primed,
But
ready to go.
thank you, everyone who has watched. Thank you again, Nicole, for coming. It's been a pleasure. I've loved talking
Yes.
about this show with you guys. So be sure to watch Goblin and check us out for the next episode of Tube In, Tune Out. Bye, guys.
See you guys again.
Oh,
Do it again.
check out the next episode of Tune In, Tube Out. Maybe it's going to be me and Clean. Maybe it's going to be me and Nicole. You never know. But see
Yes.
you guys later.
Bye.